Hello managers, welcome back to my channel where I share book reviews on personal and business growth, job tricks and hacks, my growth journey as a startup co-founder and manager. My name is Dorcas, and if this is your first time, welcome on board. And if you're a returning listener and a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. So far, we've covered 9 chapters of the 15 Valuable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Have you checked out the videos? Let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you've read the book already, let me know what I've missed out, right? So today we're going to be diving into chapter 10 of the Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Do stay with me. This chapter has literally stretched me. The chapter talks about the law of rubber band. When I first saw the caption, I was like, the law of rubber band, but it's relatable, right? So the author uses as simple as rubber bands explain the importance of stretching in our journey of growth. The author made several examples and case studies of his personal life when he had to stretch in order to ensure that he grows, in order to ensure that he's in control of the pace of his success. So today I'm just going to be sharing few of the lessons I've learned and what struck me while reviewing this chapter and my own personal experience when it comes to stretching. So shall we? Let's dive in. So in this chapter, the author talks about the importance of stretching, kind of pulls you out of your comfort zone to refining and utilizing your potential even under pressure so that you can become the best of what you're supposed to become. This takes me a little bit to reflect. Working as a manager and having to lead team and work with team closely, I have often had experience with job seekers or new recruits. Some employees that crave or desire for good job perks, but at the same time lack the capacity, the willingness, the skills to grow or to even stretch to achieve these things. Because it's one thing to not have the capacity and skill when you're coming on board, and it's another thing to be willing to learn, to be willing to stretch, to be willing to step out of your comfort zone to learn such that you can grow into and earn what you expect, desire, or crave for. So it's really very fascinating for me. That was just by the way. So this chapter, it's a call for reflection, right? That everyone desires something fantastic, something great. We all desire a good life. We all look up to people that are doing great. We all admire good life, good stuff, But at the same time, let's do a comparative analysis between staying in our comfort zone and stretching. Which one helps us to achieve the things we desire? Is it the routine? Is it things that are familiar? Is it the things that we're comfortable doing or we can do? Or is it learning new skills, trying something new, staying with one thing even when it's challenging until you figured out how to get it solved, and then you grow your expertise and probably even your earning in that particular thing? Which of this, if you admire a successful person, whatever it is, you get to ask what made you come to this point you are at the moment. Is it comfort or is it stretching? So that's just the focus of the chapter. Let me share briefly my experience just a few days ago. It was an aha moment for me that brought a lot of realization, apart from the fact that it proceeded with frustration, anger, and kind of I was stuck. At the same time, it brought joy and kind of fulfillment at the end of the day. So just a few days ago, I hit a wall while working in Excel, right? I've been using Excel to track daily stock and sales for a particular business. So I use Excel to track stock, sales, inventory. However, I got to a particular, after keeping stock for the particular month, daily stock for the entire month, and got to a point that I'm supposed to link the spreadsheet to another spreadsheet that that can help share with the necessary stakeholders and all of that. I really got stuck because all the formulas I had known, all the formulas I know, all the formulas I have researched to link this, Each time I try to link it, the error messages comes up, it shows ref, exclamation mark, all those. Is not, the data is not reflecting. So I kept trying and trying and trying, and several attempts, more than 3, 4, 5 attempts. And at some point I began to ask myself if I have truly explored and exhausted all the options to get this sorted, right? Confused, perplexed, and trying to get it figured out. I just left it for some time, and while on it, so just a few days ago, I woke up very early and still on it again, began researching, and then I eventually was able to find a formula that worked for that and got that sorted. The reaction was, I felt so excited. I felt excited. I felt fulfilled. I felt, that feeling of achievement, that dopamine feeling that comes with achieving something so fulfilling. So while reflecting on this chapter that talks about the law of rubber band, the stretching, I got to reflect, like, if I had given up at the first, second, and third attempt of frustration, of encountering frustration, how would I have been able to eventually learn this formula or found this way out to fix this problem, which is going to help me with subsequent work, or to even rely on Excel in solving inventory and tracking, stock tracking problem that businesses face, right? So it's amazing what stretching does. I stayed with that problem over time, keep pondering on it, keep researching about it, keep finding how and ways to get it sorted until I was able to get it sorted. And now I can just wake up and get it done, and I can show somebody else how to get that fixed, and it's just fulfilling. Can you relate? Now, the author talks about how important it is for us to stretch, because stretching does not come at a comfort zone. Stretching comes at a point of inconvenience. It comes when you're striving to achieve something else, something new, trying something, you're encountering a problem. So if you're someone that always wants comfort, or provoked, or swayed, or discouraged, or even complaining about any slightest appearance of inconvenience or difficulty, you may need to rethink, because really success and growth does not come at the point of comfort or comfort zone. You have to stretch. In practical life, when we meet challenges, right? That's why when I'm actually addressing people in my channel, I'm calling you managers, because if we must be successful, if we must grow, it means we have to come into an awareness and a state of responsibility that we are the managers of our life, right? So whenever we encounter challenges, whenever we encounter issues, we have to come to a state where we take responsibility to stretch. We should allow ourselves stretch. We should be aware that challenges will come and should allow ourselves stretch, because in the process of stretching, we will meet our breakthrough. We will soar beyond our wildest expectation, right? So I'll just leave us with this quote from the chapter, the opening quote that stood out for me, and I want you to ponder on as much as I have. Let's grow together. So the quote goes, growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. So where you are is not comfortable. Where you are, you're not satisfied. Where you are, you're just content but not complacent, right? But your growth and success stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. The things you need to do to get to where you are. In the process of getting to do the things you need to do to get to where you could be or where you should be is the process of stretching. So this week, this month, and beyond, what's that thing you want to start doing to stretch so you can be where you could be, so that you can thrive beyond your wildest expectation or wildest imagination? Okay, thank you so much for staying with me thus far. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, your biggest takeaways, and if you have anything that I missed out, if you've read the book already, please share. Let's learn, let's connect, let's go together. Until next time, bye for now.